to another wonderful and entertaining and informative version of Veggie Mike Ellis on Instagram, Veggie Mike Ellis on YouTube. And thanks for joining me. Please consider subscribing. Today I want to talk to you about black and white. Veganism isn't just black and white. Come on, you're so black and white. You can't just cut out all animal products. It's so extreme in black and white, you know. And I actually did talk about black and white thinking when vegans get into when they're judging whether people are good or evil, and I talked about that. So this video is not about whether people are good or evil, but whether certain actions are good or evil. So I'm talking about actions, not people personally, okay? I'm talking about, are certain actions considered right or wrong? Is there such thing as black and white when it comes to right and wrong? Is there some set moral compass? Is there certain things that are simply right or wrong? Period. And there's really no debating it, okay? Generally speaking. Okay, so first of all, there was something called moral relativism, and it came out around 500 BC. There's been a few different versions of that. It's a type of philosophy, okay? The idea being that morality, there is no right and wrong. That the idea behind that is that depending on the culture, the individual, parts of the world you go, right and wrong is relative to the really opinion. It's just simply, well, if you think it's right, it's fine. If you think it's wrong, it's fine, and there is no real right and wrong. So yeah. So let me ask you this. I mean, I think they're wrong. I think there's certain things that are universally in a civilized society with decent, rational people think certain things are right and certain things are wrong. I know that can change with time to a point, but let me ask you this. Let's just put it out there, right? So is exploiting children for slave labor, is that wrong? I would say most people would say exploiting or oppressing children is wrong, right? It's not really complicated, is it? Is it some big moral discussion? Do you really have to get into like some big debate about, oh, I don't know, it depends. Is it really a gray area? Human trafficking people for horrific uses that I don't even want to think about. Taking away their right to just live and be free, and oppress them and treat them as a thing, as a property, as a resource, to be bought and sold, to be used and discarded. It's black and white, isn't it? There's no gray area, isn't it? It's just wrong, isn't it? Human trafficking is just plain old wrong, isn't it? It's not a real big discussion. You don't have to get into some big moral discussion and, oh, well, some version of morality for individuals. And, oh, well, if you think it's moral, my morals are different than your morals. So, no, it's just wrong, isn't it? Exploiting women is wrong. Exploiting poor people, you know, it's horrific, isn't it? Right. So, you think you might know where I'm going with this, huh? If you've seen my channel before. Why is it suddenly then, if it's human rights, it's these certain things are black and white, aren't they, when it comes to human rights, aren't they? Yeah, certain things are just wrong, aren't they? So why is it then when it comes to animals and using them as a resource, sentient beings, sentient means they're aware, that means that their lives matter to them when no one else cares. You know, their lives matter to them when no one else cares about it. You know, their lives still matter to them. They don't want to die. They don't want to be used as a resource. So what right do we have to use them as a resource, to treat them as property, to have them killed when we don't have to, when there's no good reason for it? You have to justify the use. Just like you have to justify using women or children or poor people, right, as a resource. There is no justification. It's just plain old wrong, isn't it? So you'd have to justify doing that to animals. Is this complicated for you or for us as a society? I don't want to put this on you personally. It's not about that. Is some kind of complication or some big moral debate here necessary, really? Because there's every science-based organization on the planet agrees we don't need them for nutrition. There's no nutritional need. I believed we did. And if you believe that we need them for nutrition, well, for one, you're factually inaccurate, but for two, I can understand why you would think we have to do what we do. But it's not true. So if you're basing your belief on, well, that, you're going to have to re-evaluate that, because like I said, this is not me, my opinion. Every science-based organization on the planet, all of them unanimously agree there is no need for animal products, no flesh, no secretions. There's no there's no version of protein that you need, not B12, not omega-3s, not any of it. We don't need to wear them on our backs. We don't need to watch them jump through hoops. It's black and white. We don't have to, okay? So if we don't have to, what exactly are we doing? What is the moral justification? How is it any way is it okay? Or some big moral debate? It's just wrong to live non-vegan. It's wrong. It's black and white. To use an animal as a resource that doesn't have to be, that's sentient, that doesn't want to die. It doesn't want to be used as a resource. It doesn't want to be killed when they're babies. We're eating babies. It's not some wacky finger thing. We're eating babies. We eat them when they're babies. They're babies. We don't wait for them to get older because their meat's too tough. Veganism is black and white. Either you don't understand what's going on or you haven't faced it, or you don't care, or you're vegan. You either don't know what's going on, you don't care, or you're vegan. Which one are you? Which one? It's not a personal attack. I'm just talking about actions. The action of being non-vegan is wrong. Veganism is a moral baseline, a moral requirement. Thanks for watching. Go vegan.